It makes me so sad for people that think that they're always going to have to be home renters and not home owners. Today I'm talking to you about living in Dade City, Florida. Dade City, Florida is a bedroom community of the greater Tampa area. It's about 45 minutes north of downtown Tampa. It is known for its old Southern historic character and charm. There's a historic courthouse right in the middle of town, and there are restaurants that aren't chain restaurants that are located in the downtown area, as well as shops, and there's even a little brewery. It's cute, it's charming, and if you're not really familiar with it, I'm gonna go ahead and put a list of videos up here. I'll put a playlist of Dade City information up here so that you can watch those videos and get familiar with what Dade City has to offer. But I was out and about this past weekend, and I found so many good new construction deals out here in the Dade City area. So there are 5 communities that I have identified within a 3-mile radius of downtown Dade City that offer homes starting as low as just under $300,000 to $400,000. You can get into a brand spanking new home in these 5 communities. So I'm going to run them down for you real quick. We're going to start with Sandhill. Sandhill is located to the east of 301 and Clinton Road, behind the Publix in Dade City. If you're familiar at all with Dade City, it's behind the Publix. There's a couple of different communities back there, but this is one of them, and it has 2 builders. They have Lennar and D.R. Horton. That is a personal preference. They do have differences in their building style and their finishes as well. So it's really a personal preference of who you like better. They offer very similar square footages, number of bedrooms, that kind of thing, and price range. They're very competitive with each other. So in this community, they're going to have an amenity center. It is not, it's not ready for me to show it to you yet. I'm not even sure. I mean, this is brand new community, so I'm not sure how far they've gotten in terms of breaking ground on it, but it will have a pool, it'll have a playground, it'll have a dog park. Now you do have an HOA fee here that includes your internet service, and that is going to be right about at $95 a month. And then in addition to that, you will have a CDD fee. Now the CDD fee always depends on the size of your lot. D.R. Horton has different size lots. They have 40-foot wide lots and 50-foot wide lots here, and so depending on what size lot you have will determine your CDD fee. So we have that. Now the pricing, and I'm going to look at my cheat sheet here. The pricing here at Sandhill starts at $269,900. So just under $270,000 is where, I mean, I thought it was just under $299,000, but $269,000, that'll get you a home that's 1,500 square feet and some change, 1,560. That's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. But you can get a 4-bedroom, 2-bath home for $294,000 right now. Now, of course, we're talking, these are right now prices, right? These are right now prices. So this was just printed off the other day. And then you have a home that goes all the way up to, gosh, just under $400,000. It's like it's $378. $378 is that price. And that is for a 3,000 square foot home. They have a wide variety of homes here between D.R. Horton and Lennar. All right, so now let's move on to the next community I wanted to talk to you about, and that's called Hilltop Point. Hilltop Point is right next door to Sandhill. It is a little bit closer to the Publix, so it's also at 301 in Clinton, and Lennar builds there. There will be, well, there is a small little like playground and swimming pool area there as well that you can use your HOA fees there. I happen to know because I was just there the other day. They're just about $14 a month, but that does not include your internet. Now, they have homes starting at $295,000-ish. That's for a 1,487 square foot home, so just say 1,500. And they go up to, let's see, their biggest home, well, their biggest home is like 2,700 square feet that I can see that they're offering right now. But and that price is 365, but right now their highest priced home is almost 400,000, 398,000. But that 2,700 square foot home, that's a 5-bedroom, 3-bath. You know, a lot of the pricing is going to be determined based on where it is located within the community, because there are a couple that back up to, there's Country Air Estates. That is a senior community mobile home park. So if your backyard overlooks that, you might be able to get a much better deal on the price of that home than if you had nobody behind you. All right, so you know, it's really going to depend. So that's why the pricing can fluctuate. All right, so that's really all I have to say about that community. So that there goes two. Now, I am also now going to, this is going to be the one that's probably the furthest away from downtown Dade City. This is Pasadena Ridge, and this is by Casa Fresca. I always love to say that name, Casa Fresca, and they have a really cool product line there. Not only do they have single family homes that are very traditional, they have a cocktail home series where the garage is detached and it's behind the house. And so then there's like a breezeway into the house. So you have like a patio breezeway into the house. So they have different kind of cute product there that is interesting. And Casa Fresca is within the West Bay series of homes, or West Bay builder of homes, builder in the Tampa area. It's a quality contractor in the area, and they offer homes starting at just under 300,000 right now for the smallest one, which is 1,344 square feet of living area. That's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. I feel like that's one of, I better not say, I don't have the model names on here. And then they go up to just under 400,000, at least what was available in inventory here. Those are 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 2.5-bath homes for, it's like, well, they have a 2,200 square foot home as well for right at 400,000. But I will tell you, I did an entire video about Pasadena Ridge, and I guess I forgot to tell you where it was. Like I said, it's the furthest one away from downtown Dade City, but it's really almost Wesley Chapel. It's actually kind of south of the Murata area. So the 3-mile radius, as a bird flies, you're still getting there. But it is Handcart Road and Prospect Road, if you know where that is. And so it is in that general area by the Lang Farm School. It's close to there. So if you are interested in that charter school, that also might be a good location for you. Now, all the information about this community, the HOA fees, they also have a club as well. That information I have in a video that I did about the community that I'll pop up here for you, so you can definitely take a look at that. But they will have that club for owners that live in the community, and I think it's about $500 a year for the club membership. It'll have a fitness area, I believe, the pool, the dog park, playground, all kinds of things. They'll have an activities director as well, and so it's definitely worth checking out. So that was community number 3. All right, so the 4th community I want to talk to you about is Summit View. That is a D.R. Horton community. It is located off of Happy Hill Road, south of St. Joe Road, but north of the old State Road 52. It is in this beautiful hilly landscape area. They have, of course, their very popular homes that they offer there, the Cali model, the Elston 2. D.R. Horton does block-on-block construction. That's one of their differences. So if you're buying a D.R. Horton 2-story home, the second level is built with concrete block as well as the first level. So that's one of the differences between like D.R. Horton and the other builders. The other builders don't do that. But anyways, this community has a really great amenity center. It has the pool and playground area. It has a walking track around a little pond area, but there are pickleball courts there, lighted pickleball courts, and also a basketball court as well. So they have a very nice amenity center. I cannot remember the HOA fees there, but I believe I did a video about them as well. And if you're interested, I will send it to you. So send me a message and I can send that video to you. I know I've talked about it, at least in combination with another community, but the prices in there range from about 289,000 to 370. So you can get a home that is about 1,400 square feet. So that's pretty small. That is pretty small for the 289,000. But you can get an 1,800 square foot, 4-bedroom, 2-bath home for 330,000. So the prices are a little bit different there, but it is a different view there as well. Now let's move on to my final community. That is Vista Walk. Vista Walk. Vista Walk is a Lennar community that is located off of St. Joe Road. It is just, oh gosh, it's maybe not even a half a mile from going into the downtown Dade City area through Meridian Ave, maybe a mile, but it's not far at all is the point. And Summit Vista Walk, boy, you can get confused. This is why I'm doing this, gosh, to keep my head straight too. So Vista Walk, I don't see any of their properties on this printout, but their pricing is very similar to the pricing that Lennar offers in their different communities. So you can also get your home right around 300,000 in their community off of St. Joe Road as well. But they offer a little different product there. They have a front porch on their product. So that's kind of cool. I like their front elevation designs a little bit better. Their HOA fees were very good as well, which that is in the video that I did about that community, which of course I will pop up here for you. Location is convenient. They will have 2 amenity centers there, just a pool. I think, I don't know that they're gonna have a dog park, but they'll likely have a playground in that area as well, but definitely a pool. They're gonna have 2, and they're gonna be shared with another home builder that I think it's Starlight Homes. They did not come up on this printout, so I'm not talking about them today. But listen, the builders offer different incentives. So the pricing that I talk about today might not be the pricing tomorrow. The interest rates, which I don't really talk about because interest rates, that's not what I do. You need to talk to a mortgage broker about that. But the different builders have their own lenders, and when you use their lenders, then you get to take advantage of their incentives for their closing costs and for their interest rates. And I highly recommend that you do that. Now, if you don't like using them, you can use your own mortgage broker. And if you don't have one, I can give you the name of a couple. And remember, you have to reach out to me if you want me to help you in your home buying process. So my contact information will be in the description below.